All right, I know you've written an article about this for the Orange and Brown Report. Take us through what you think with the defensive coordinators. Now, we know Mayo isn't going to interview. Flores is going to get an interview in all likelihood for a head coaching job with the Cardinals. Who are some of the guys, who do you like, and some other names that we haven't heard yet to listen out for?
So my favorite guy since this has started has been Ahiro Evero from Denver, but he is in that same class where he is actually interviewing for head coaching positions right now. But it may be a year too early, and a lot of this has to do with what happens with Sean Payton, right? He's been tied kind of to what Sean Payton does. If Sean Payton goes to Denver, he's not going back. You know what I mean? Like, that's not going to work. So there is the potential chance that, Evero becomes free if these head coaching jobs don't pan out. And I think he is a high-profile guy that the Browns, I saw a couple places, are monitoring that situation, obviously, because he's a big-time candidate. I would be surprised as well here if Eric Washington doesn't get a request for an interview from the Buffalo Bills. There's a connection there with Leslie Frazier as the defensive coordinator in Buffalo. I would think a phone call and a vote of confidence from him to Stefanski would certainly probably end up with a request for interviewing him. Now they're playing right now, so that timeline is a little bit different. Same with Sean Desai, who they already asked to interview, but they're playing right now, so that'll come. He is, Desai is a really interesting guy. The front office may like him a lot. He's Ivy League educated. He's more of a teacher style coach. Very, very fits what they already have. So if you're, as far as personality and thinking. So if they're looking to do something different, I think they've got the right idea with like Schwartz and Flores, because this is a can't miss, right, Dave? They cannot miss on this one. So I think if you're safe with your Schwartz or you're safe with your Flores hire, both of those I would be fine with. Both those guys are interesting. And I think that they would probably, interview Jim Leonard as well at some point. Now, we won't hear about that because he's not employed by the NFL. So they don't have to request it to speak to him or anything. So we might hear about it in a leak afterwards or maybe right as it's happening. But I would think that those guys garner interest. Raheem Morris was on that list, but it sounds like Sean McVay is going to stay now as after all signs pointed elsewhere. Sounds like he's going to stay with the Rams, so he will probably stay in his position there unless he gets a head coaching gig.
Yeah, the one thing I would say is, I don't know a lot about Evero. I want a veteran guy. You can't have the stuff that was going on that we found out later where, I'm not going to play on this town and this town. I can't imagine. I know Jim Schwartz enough from his time in Cleveland when I was in Berea often. That would not have set well. That would not have set well, and nor should it. So that's the only thing. I think you need somebody that will get after it when things aren't quite right. That's all I want. I lied. I want an aggressive defense, and I want a no-nonsense, don't BS me kind of defensive coordinator. Those are my two requests for that.